Hey there guys, John here of course, and welcome to the challenge. Now I want to be completely upfront with you guys before we get started here and let you know that this is not a contest or a giveaway. There's no gear, money, or fancy prizes to be had here today. And so if you're disappointed in that and would like to exit the video now, I completely understand. For those of you that do decide to stick around and even possibly participate in the challenge, I would like to let you know that you will all be winners, as well as many people who may never even view this video. So, what is this challenge and how did it come to be? Well, let me try to explain it to you the best that I can. We all know that good and bad exists in this world. Now, good can take on many forms such as family, friends, triumphs in our own life, whether they be personal or career, even to the simpler things like what we do here on YouTube. We share our videos, we share some of the locations that we get to travel in, and other people get to watch those and live vicariously through those. We get to share positive interactions here on YouTube. We get to develop friendships in some cases. All these things are just a minor glimpse of some of the positiveness that exists in the world. Now, opposite of that, we look at the bad, and the bad can also take on many forms. Everything from simple indifference to human suffering to random acts of violence. And I want to speak briefly to the random acts of violence because that is one of the things that has been in my mind and have been on my mind. And what I'm referring to, and a lot of you guys already know, is the recent school shooting in which several people, including children, lost their lives. First of all, I want to say that my heart goes out to the victims, the families, in the communities, and those of you across the nation, those of us across the nation that have been affected by this tragedy. It's completely unspeakable and almost unfathomable. And on a personal level, I want to share something that I've never shared on YouTube before, and that is that I have experienced a similar loss in my own life. I lost a younger brother in a gun-related incident, and I can tell you that the wounds that you experience in a loss like that never fully heal. You carry the loss and the grief with you for the rest of your life, and you try to live the best you can. When these events do occur, as they all too frequently do, we experience a normal, typical range of human reaction and emotion, which starts with disbelief and shock, then leads to a deep sense of loss and grief, ultimately leading to outrage and anger, which turns into a need for action, which in our society we tend to look for things that are quick fixes, band-aid solutions if you will. We're so outraged, we're so shocked by these events that we want the problem solved immediately. And unfortunately, the problems are not simple, nor are the solutions. They're both very, very complex, and it's impossible to put a simple fix or a band-aid if you will on a complex problem. And we're seeing that happen now in this instance, surrounding this instance, as we've seen it happen in the past, and we will probably see it happen in the future. People tend to want to react immediately, as I said, and that has never really worked for us. It's never solved the problem. These things continue to happen, and unfortunately I think they will continue to happen. They won't stop if we keep doing the same thing that we've always done. Now, am I proposing a solution to the complexity of the issues that ill our society? No, I'm not, because I don't have the answers. I work in a profession where my job is to assist other people, to help other people in any way that I can, to plant seeds of hope, things of that nature. Now, sometimes I get to see the benefits of that immediately. However, that's very rare. In a lot of the cases, you do what you can and then you don't see the person again. Yet, a thing occurs which is called the ripple effect. When you help another human being, you don't know what's going to occur with that. It could be a week, a month, a year down the road, when whatever seed you've planted eventually grows in that person and alters the course of their life. And in altering the course of their life, it may touch upon the lives of others, whether it be 1 or 1,000. You never know. You never know the impact of the simplest act that you can do, what it will have on another human being. And that is the challenge that I'm proposing to you guys. That is the beginning of the solution that I'm proposing to you guys. That we start committing these random acts of kindness. Another term is paying it forward. That we consciously and willfully start committing these acts of kindness. Starting now. We can start it now. We don't have to wait till tomorrow. It can happen in a multitude of different ways. It can be anything from subscribing to a small channel, supporting that small channel, leaving a positive comment on a small channel that doesn't have a lot of views, giving it a thumbs up, you know, or supporting the youth that participate here on YouTube, which fortunately I see a lot of. And you know, you'll see these kids that are out fishing or enjoying the outdoors in some form or fashion, and they'll try to share it via video with us. And I absolutely love that, because it shows that they are doing something positive. You know, they have seeds planted, whether it's by their parents or maybe other YouTubers here. You know, we have an influence on other people that we may not even recognize at times. Whether it's letting somebody in traffic, whether it's giving up a good parking spot to somebody that may be older, or just anybody, you know. It could be opening the door for a stranger. It could be stopping to help somebody who's broke down on the side of the road. It could be bigger, volunteering your time, giving your money to charity if you have such resources. The possibilities are endless in the ways that we can aid and help other human beings through our own acts of kindness toward them. And that is the proposal that I am giving to you. Now, what tends to happen when we do these things are that it does ripple out. There is a cause and effect that goes on there. When we do something for someone else, it tends to make them a little bit happier. It may brighten their day, and you may not see it right away, but I can guarantee you something's occurred, something's changed for them. And I want to give you a personal example of that. Recently I was having a bad day, just one of those days. Nothing atrocious happened, just a rough day. I came home and I had a package waiting for me, completely unexpected. The package was from some fellow YouTubers, ironically, John and Adrian over at Florida Adventurers. And I opened up the package. Inside the package was a gift. There was also a note inside of that package. And essentially what the note and the package was about was they were thanking me for helping support their channel when they were first starting out here on YouTube. They took the time out of their day, they used their own money to purchase a gift, to mail it to me, to write a letter, to take that time to do this act of kindness, this gesture toward me, which was not necessary completely. They could have, if they wanted, sent a simple message. They didn't have to do anything. I expected nothing when I, you know, subscribed to them or helped them. I was simply giving back what had been given to me. Once again, the ripple effect. And that's just a quick example there. And that did change my day around, right then and there. It made all the difference, from a bad day to a good day. My day after that was completely different. I had a smile on my face. The ills of the day were forgotten right then and there, and it did have an impact. And so that is why I am issuing this challenge to you guys, and why I do believe that it is a starting point to more complex issues in our society. Does it solve the problems? No, it doesn't. But if we help one another, if we motivate one another, we make each other feel good, then we may have the motivation and the capability to do other things, to do more. You know, to do things that I'm seeing done on YouTube right now, such as people advocating for their rights, advocating for other people. These are powerful things. Taking the time to post videos that are advocating for human rights, taking time to write your congressmen, senators, your leaders, once again advocating for human rights. Very powerful things, things that lead to change, and ways that we can allow our voices to be heard in ways that let our leaders know what it is that we actually need and want, not what they want us to have, what their agendas are. Now, I'm not going to go any more political than that. That's as far as I'm going to go on there. I simply, in stating that, am trying to convey the fact that by the simplest of actions, whether they be, once again, letting somebody through in traffic, putting a smile on somebody's face. It can lead to something that we may not even conceive of and we may not see. But I guarantee you this, if enough of that is done by enough of us, we will see change. It's guaranteed. And that's why we'll all be winners. Now, that is really about all I got, and I hope I've conveyed it enough to you guys. I would like to say that if you do accept this challenge, I would like you to let me know in the comments below by simply saying that I accept the challenge. Now, you can also leave comments below in regards to kindnesses, acts of kindnesses that have been done to you, as well as acts of kindnesses that you have extended toward others. And the reason in doing that is that it gives other people ideas of what they can do. Sometimes we don't know what to do. It may seem overwhelming, it may seem confusing at times, it may seem that there is little we can do. And so by sharing these stories, whether they be via the comments below, even a video response, it will let us know, it will let other people know that they can make a difference, that differences are being made, and that there are things we can do. Now, that is about all I got, guys. I really don't know how to end this video. It's been a very different video than anyone I've ever done before. And so I guess I'll go with what I typically go with, and something that I always mean when I say it. And that is that I truly do appreciate all that you guys have extended toward me here on YouTube. It's been a very positive part of my life, and it's been truly appreciated. I would also like to say, take very good care of yourselves, do what you can for other people, and until next time, guys, we'll be seeing you very soon.